And joining us now from the United States is Annalise Nielsen. Annalise, of course, is the Sky News Washington correspondent, where it is bloody early in the morning and no doubt very, very cold. I know up the road in New York they've had 2 feet of snow in the past little while. So the impeachment trial of Donald Trump, where, of course, there are still questions about can you impeach and remove somebody who's already left the presidency. That's for another time. He's had a change in lawyers. What's happened?
So the original defence team that was representing Donald Trump's pulled out, and the discussion is that that's because President Donald Trump wanted to continue with the defence that he was right to say what he did because the election was stolen from him, and use the impeachment trial to try and air those views. Now he has 2 new representatives in Schoen and Castor. It seems more likely that they're going to push ahead with the defence that he is protected in his position as an executive, former executive of the United States, and that he shouldn't be convicted on this account of inciting a riot because it's really protected under the First Amendment as well. So those are going to be much more legally progressive arguments than trying to kind of try to relitigate the idea that the election was stolen when they've had real legislative failures with that right across the United States. But what's going to be really interesting to watch here is who's going to be called, if anyone, because Donald Trump's been deplatformed for a long time. This could be his real chance to have Americans listening again.
Well, also, let's be straight here too. You have to have 2/3 of the Senate vote to convict. There were 40 of the 50 Republicans who turned around and voted to dismiss before we've even got to the trial process. We all know what's out on the table, so I'm not imagining there's many minds to be changed. So we know where this ends. I think, and I've got to say, there was like a grain in me when Biden was making his speech about unity, where he was going to say, look, and I suggest don't pursue the former president, because the calculation was they weren't going to get him anyway. But this does nothing to help with the so-called unity effort, does it, Annalise?
This unity push is a really tricky one to balance because the Democrats want Donald Trump convicted. They want to see him barred from running for office again, which would take a simple majority vote after a 2/3 was needed to convict him in the first place. But the focus really needs to be on is what the Republicans do, because if they can't unite in the face of this, that's going to be the real challenge going forward.
Also, look, you know, it's a little bit like those radio station competitions. The first hoop is always the hardest for a reason. That's why the first hoop here is the 2/3. All right.